I can tell you guys are pumped up because you're here for round four now. And some of you may be taking this day at a time, and some of you may have been sitting down in one sitting and going, man, I can't get enough of this. Mr. Evans just laying it on us. And some of you kind of going, oh, man, Mr. Evans is wearing me out, man. I dealt with him all day in the teaching day, and I just can't follow him over to another day after school in the evening. And then there's some kids that's just like, you know what? I can never have too much, Mr. Evans. And if that's you, I appreciate the love. Well, here we are with our fourth problem. And let's go ahead and jump in and read it. Ms. Marquez divides 3,438 beads equally among 6 groups of students for a crafts project. How many beads does each group have? So, using my 6-step framework, immediately I'm going to rewrite the question as a statement. And I'm going to come down here and I'm just going to simply write each group has blank beads. Okay. So, as we get ready to dive into the problem, I hope you've pressed the pause button and now you're trying to solve it. But if you're back with me, welcome back. And let's jump into solving this problem. Who or what is this problem about? Well, it's about beads. Okay. And since we know it's about beads, we're going to go ahead and draw our tape line. I do know, in this case, how many beads I have, which is pretty unique. And not only do I know how many beads I know how many groups they've been divided into. So I'm going to go ahead and draw things representative of 6 groups. Kids love when I do this because I make it simple so that you don't have to go back and try to cut these up. You can just connect them like so. And that way you got even size squares to the best of your ability. And we know all 6 of these groups of beads that are still unknown to us will equal up to 3,438. So that means we have to divvy out these beads across all 6 of these groups. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, and Group 6. Whew. That's quite the work, huh? So what do I need to do? This is 6 groups of something equals or is the same as 3,438. So since I don't know what this is, this sends a strong message to Mr. Evans that, hey, it's time that we do some division to figure out what that is. So wonderful method that I'm going to use is Big 7. Parents, I know you're going to use your standard algorithm from our days, but your students are at home are using the Big 7 method, and I want them to be able to check their work in accordance to this. So, and then maybe some of you parents will see that the Big 7 method isn't so bad. It's like, oh, it's actually pretty cool. It's what I'm doing, but you're just drawing a few more zeros or something. I don't know. Let's check it out. Let's dive into it. So 3,438 is going to go inside my house of 7. And just outside here is going to be my 6. I'm going to draw my first line across here. And I'm going to ask myself, okay, what can I multiply 6 by to take this chunk down as big as I possibly can? And I'm looking at that and I'm going 6 times 6, that's 36. So that would be over. So I really want to go 6 times 5 and add 2 zeros to make up for here. So 6 times 5 would be 30 and add my 2 zeros. And now I can take a large chunk out of that 3,438. And what you'll see is that I'm just left with 438. So now I'm looking at that 438, talking to myself again, Mr. Evans, what can I multiply by to take a huge, large chunk out of that? And I'm thinking 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7, that's 42. So if I go 6 times 7D, that will give me 420. I do my subtraction, and I am left with 18. Ooh, and now I'm with the comfortable number that I know. And I know if I multiply 6 times 3, I get 18. I do my subtraction. I'm left with the remainder of 0, and I just simply have to add up my numbers I've generated off here to the side, and all I have is 573. Therefore, there's my quotient. So each group has 573 beads. Is that what you got? Well, good job. Pat yourself on the back. You are rolling hot. Hopefully, you take that momentum over to the next video, and you just keep trucking away because you're a phenomenal math star. And if you didn't get it, keep watching it. Maybe you'll learn something after having watched it a second time or a third time. So that's what we're in this for, ladies and gentlemen, to get better at math.